What's up, everybody? So today I'm going to be practicing my casting a little bit on this game between EG and Alliance.LATAM. This game is one that I was a little bit late to, so I'm watching the replay, and I'm really excited by it. I think it's a really fun draft and matchup, and let's just crack straight into it. So immediately we see both teams fully smoking up. I like this itemization early from Marcy with a ward and a quelling blade, and this TA matchup I think is pretty strong against the Invoker. I mean, I think Invoker hitting his lanes in the right way can really turn the matchup sideways. What I'm most excited to see this game is how can Alliance find good ways to find farm for their Phantom Lancer. And for EG, I'm really looking for how they can actually find that mid-game timing where they just deathball push, where they're just going to group up with Exorcism and the TA and the Sleeping Dart and just go ham and try to burst down towers. So we have two different philosophies on how to actually play this game right now, and I'm super excited to see how these storylines are going to unfold. So as we're waiting for runes to spawn, just looking at the starting items, nothing too weird and out of the ordinary. We see some pretty normal stuff right now, so it'll really just be about finding kind of this early aggression. Ricky with the Orb of Venom, that's kind of interesting. It's quite aggressive there. Let's see if it comes in handy or if it ends up being something that he regrets. So let's change this to last hits. And right now, just some early sparring. Right now, nothing too crazy, and I think that was an even trade, right? No, Alliance got one extra one, so I missed the sneak rune there. Both teams trying to find their footing here. A lot of aggression coming out in this Death Prophet early. Whisper taking a lot of right clicks with the what's this called? The Static Storm? No, that's his ultimate. Thunderstrike. So a lot of aggression, but a lot of return aggression. Getting quite low from these right clicks and the Crypt Swarm. Peel finding the aggression from the Ricky there. And we'll just see both squads kind of just sparring here. Nothing too crazy. A lot of trades happening with this. What is this called? Side blades. It's late. I'm forgetting all the spell names. But no one's too in danger. Undying, a classic level 1 hero to look at. Sometimes just the strongest hero on the map for the first 5 minutes, and it's probably best we watch him. We're going to see his courier get got by this clockwork. It seems to be a little bit of a misplay. We just saw the clockwork there, so Panda knew it was in danger. And a lot of aggression. And as I say aggression, this Disruptor is just going to get got. That was a lot of damage coming out, and just the tip of the Crypt Swarm was enough to actually finish him off. So that's first blood going that way. And Clockwork getting thrown back in the other lane, and he's going to end up going down too because of the zombies. So lane's not going well for Alliance, really, losing supports in both their lanes. This game for Alliance is all about finding that mid-game timing and securing enough space to make it work. So EG, quite an aggressive draft with Marcy, TA, and Ricky. A little bit traditional despite the nerf. And a similar kind of setup with Nature's Prophet on the off lane for Alliance. So we see a classic Invoker mid here. This matchup against TA I think it's quite interesting. I think both these players have played this matchup quite a bit. And if we just look at the last hits right now, we'll just see that TA and Invoker, it's almost dead even. So C-Smile pulling ahead slightly. And like I said at the very beginning, I'm tuning in slightly late. It's really just a practice casting game. But the The first blood was missed, so we're turning a little bit late here. EG up kills, but net worth still quite even. When I look at this draft and tuning into this game, just trying to get the story of what's happening, I see a story of this PL trying to find farm, and the Clockwork and the Nature's Prophet with the Invoker going around the map to find that farm for him to create that space. So I think in this mid game, we're going to be looking for that. And as I talk about that, this Phantom Lancer is being got on by Ricky and Death Prophet here at the bottom, and they'll just simply retreat out. So nothing quite committed by either side fully. On the EG side, I think we're going to see a real mid-game group up timing. They're going to try to secure Roche with the Death Prophet and the TA, and they're just going to go for a massive team fight. I missed this kill, talking about the storyline of the game, still getting caught up here, but looking like the Undying Commitment with the Tombstone is enough to bring down the Nature's Prophet. So we'll see how this rotation ends up changing. We have Nature's Prophet now with boots, so this will make all the difference, I think, for this initiation with Marcy. Some trades happening in bottom and also mid. A lot of damage coming out to Analog really quickly there. So both teams just trying to find their place on the map. Right now, as a support player, I always find this the fights for the unblocked camp really interesting. A lot of aggressive plays happening right now from this Clockwork, harassing this Undying to an annoying degree. And the right click's coming out onto Pakaz. Will they find the wraparound to actually be able to connect? It doesn't look like anything will actually go through there. He'll use the battery assault and he'll get the trap off. This might be the initiation that we're looking for. It's a lot of damage. It's super annoying. But it looks like they'll be able to get out and have the reset. So a lot of harassment in this top lane, and a lot of damage was actually coming out in this bottom lane. We almost lost the Phantom Lancer. This harassment can be quite annoying from the Death Prophet, and she just recovers the Spirit Siphon. So it's I think a good matchup for her. So I was getting to before we got into missing that kill. EG's going to be wanting to find this mid-game timing where they just group up, take Roche, and try to take towers. They have great push. And I think if they can stop the PL from finding the space on the map, they can really take over this game. So we're seeing a good start for them. They want this net worth lead at 10 minutes, and we see that 1k net worth differential already starting to build. So let's see if Alliance can secure that farm for themselves. If they can find these spots on the map. They're certainly pushing out this top. This is going to be key in that the initiation, the jump in from the Marcy, going into this Nature's Prophet Vitality, having to run back, but he got pulled back, and he's going to be right-clicked, and he's going to be fine. He's going to get away. So a lot of aggression, but a lot of counterplay too. Right now, this bottom lane, I think, is where the most important moments are going to be happening. This PL. Has he died yet? Let's again, we're tuning in late, so he hasn't died. Oh, TP interrupted here on Matthew with the glimpse. The ward battles continue. So EG with this really nice aggressive ward over here, super annoying when you have a Ricky to pick off couriers and the like, but it also spots out rotations, people TPing back here. It's really useful. PL getting got on, and a big wraparound to mid. Doesn't look like anything will connect. No hook shot or anything. It's very early in the game, so we're just watching control happen. And the early Meteor Hammer by the Invoker. I haven't had a chance to really look at the items yet, but it's very in vogue right now. Just go Meteor Hammer on every hero, so I find that quite interesting. Normal build from the TA, it looks like. And what's Death Prophet got queued up? Greaves. Okay, it's kind of interesting. So I guess just understanding this Death Ball. That they want to probably go for, and knowing that sustain is going to be very important. Disruptor feeling very poor with just a magic stick. Might survive here, yeah, with the glimpse. I think he'll be okay. PL with a defusal queued up. It's going to buy them this team fight ability. And TA, DD, Rune, and the bottle. What's she going to do with it? I think it's going to be interesting to see. We'll have to watch that. And as I say, the Disruptor's going to be fine. The Ricky actually ends up coming around, and Death Prophet activates the Exorcism. They're going to go try to find this PL. He might get away here because the Invoker is TPing in as a rotation. So the Exorcism might not make a lot here, or do a lot, but the Tombstone is at the ready here with the Undying. Cold Snap out into the Undying. He's getting bursted, and he'll actually drop. He won't be able to use the Tombstone. So, wow. Death Prophet taking a lot of damage from this PL. I wasn't quite expecting that much. He was off screen. I wasn't even looking there. I think it was a lot of damage coming out from this Meteor Hammer. I couldn't see if that actually connected, but that made all the difference there. And just naturally, the right clicks coming out from the Nature's Prophet. I mean, that's where the damage was, with the Wrath of Nature doing a load of damage in that fight. So, good rotations, good use of global abilities, and Radiant is rewarded for it. They're going to get this tower. This is a massive amount of push. This Meteor Hammer coming in super handy, taking mid and immediately taking bottom. This, I think this mid-game aggression is not what EG really wanted. They are expecting the PL to farm, and that the EG crew would be the ones deathballing. But right now they're struggling for space. Marcy has to find farm somewhere on the map. So we'll see what EG's rebuttal is here, and how Alliance will play into this this mid-game timing. So right now, aggressive wards being placed by Alliance, and some defensive wards being placed along the river line. So I think when you're a little bit behind and you ward safely, I think it's a good indicator of just how players feel in the game. This is a super conservative ward over here. This doesn't feel good. And wow, the burst coming out onto these heroes is immense. So it's couldn't even see that. He was full to nothing almost immediately. There's a lot of aggression coming out from Alliance right now. Still worth lead, slight in EG's favor, but let's change this to net worth. TA finding a lot of farm on the map. Now farming up Ancients, improving that even further. Top tower being pushed in. All these creeps and this Meteor Hammer just going to improve this push even further. That's going to be all the tier 1s down of Radiant. This really unlocks the map and gives them the ability to go find these fights that they want to take. And it opens up the map for this PL to find the space he wants without the Nature's Prophet having to play conservatively. So the bottom tower will be traded. We see Clockwork drawing out the lines on the map. This is where we want to play. And rotation to top. Matthew hunting the Invoker. Will we see EG try to stop the bleeding here? This is a massive amount of push. I don't think the Ricky can just stop on his own, because the Invoker has backup. As we say that, there's some sparring going on down here in the Radiant jungle. Glimpse back onto the Marcy. It's going to be a lot of damage, but I think she'll get away. We have a defensive tombstone used here up on the high ground. Marcy dropping super low, has to activate Unleash here to try to get the lifesteal. And she's going to end up dropping because this PL has illusions everywhere. He's going to start beating up the Undying, and it's a massive amount of push coming out from this team. The glimpse back onto the Death Prophet. They're going to have a follow-up ready as soon as they can kill this Undying, who is actually undying. This man will not die. So they're going to get away. They don't actually have a lot of damage to follow up here, and they're going to be able to get out with just losing the Marcy. So a bit chaotic, the fight there. I think Ricky will get cleaned up here at the end, but it seemed like Alliance was really struggling to find where to focus. The fight was really effectively split by EG there, going in different directions, and I think it was a bit of a communication mismatch about who was the more valuable target, and maybe just they thought Undying was just going to fall, and the man kept living, and that made all the difference. So Really interesting fight. I think that was a real breakout moment for Alliance to really pull ahead. And instead, I think EG is going to be fine continuing to farm. TA didn't lose a lot of space or time that fight, and she has a Blink Dagger now. So she continues to get a little bit bigger, but so does the PL. I think the next thing we're going to be looking for is when that first smoke happens. I think within the next 2 to 3 minutes, we're going to start seeing EG smoke together. And I think already, maybe even before that, we're going to start seeing this Clockwork smoke up to use this hook shot. He's just turned level 6. I think he wants to use it. We're starting to see pings come out already from TA farming out bottom. They definitely see this. So they're seeing, okay, mid, TA's not with them, starting to scout out the target. So I think we'll see a smoke really soon to try to find that. This mid-game timing is all about Roche. It's all about finding that ability to really knock out this tier 2 line of defense. So scan comes out, PL quite low, and the hook comes out directly onto the dusted Ricky, who just walks away. He's going to be fine. So despite that really complex siding of it, he'll just be fine. And Disruptor and Invoker getting caught by the TA over here. It looks like Invoker will be able just to walk away, but the Disruptor just got blown up there by the TA. So seeing a real split across the map between what's actually happening. Now EG finding their mode of aggression to push down this top lane. This is really going to unlock the opportunity to take Roche. Ping's coming out right here. They've spotted the Clockwork. He's going for that D-ward. It's a bit of an awkward fight with the high ground and low ground, but TA is here now, and this makes all the difference. We're going to see the initiation. We will. Marcy and the TA just blow up this man, and they're going to go straight towards Roche. We'll see if they actually decide that that's the objective, and I think it is. So finding, so a bit of a greedy play there with this this Clockwork trying to get the D-ward. It was probably the right moment, to make Roche harder, but it also made Roche easier because it made it really clear. So EG getting what they want out of that fight, taking over the jungle, taking the tower, and taking Roche. So hitting this mid-game timing I was talking about, that death ball, really grouping up and taking the fights that they want to take. Disruptor having to push out really far by himself just to get some basic D-wards. It never feels super good. So let's see where we're going to find this PL's farm. Right now, he's got a heart queued up. There's no Manta. He had to stop the Manta, so he's understanding survivability is key. And this Disruptor just dropping. I just happened to look because he had 3/4 health, and the man fell. Invoker's asleep on the job here, trying to TP out, but it's not going to be enough. The man's going to fall. So, again, massive aggression from this EG crew, grouping up, making this map really small for this PL. He was talking about before PL. Disruptor and Invoker got blown up. It's this itemization choice to stop the Manta style to go for the heart. This is not what you want right now as a PL. You want that Manta, and then you want to go heart, or you want to go Manta and then something else, and then you go heart. This feels bad because this is just not the right order. You feel like you're just getting blown up. So. Bit slow, bit defensive. I wonder if this. Oops, we have a miss. I heard the dart and then I heard the hook, and it looks like Ricky is gonna get got here on the sidelines with maybe staying out a bit too far and stepping into a ward. Just talking about the itemization for this Invoker, and as I'm saying that, this PL just barely dodging the spell. It looks like he'll get away, living on a prayer. He'll get out. So it's this Aegis utilization, grouping up, feeling fearless with the added bonus of the Greaves. This dire crew finding their footing. And every time I mention the itemization of Invoker, a fight breaks out. But itemization of Invoker, having to go, Meteor Hammer and Midas, this feels good when you're winning early, taking towers. But now it feels a little bad. Not a whole lot of tools to actually teamfight. And this Nature's Prophet getting spotted out here on the sidelines. He's having to run, and I don't think he's going to be able to get out because the immediate slate followed up by the damage, he's going to drop. Meteor Hammer. Failing to connect on the Marcy. and Invoker falling, pushing out the side lane. So both side lane split pushes getting caught out. EG did lose their bottom tier 2 tower that unlocked the capture of this shrine. So Alliance did find the push, but they paid for it with their lives, and they're paying for it in map pressure because this Radiant jungle, look at these wards. This is not what you want as a PL, is to have this ward here. This is a big no-no. This stops this whole access to this entire part of the jungle. He's stuck here in the triangle, and this man can farm this up quite quickly. And look where the other dire wards are, up here. So if he tries to leave the triangle to go up into the dire jungle, they're going to spot this out, and we're going to see that counterplay happen. So EG posturing with this Aegis to take this tier 2 tower. See Smile pushing out the wave. And rotation coming top. Matthew seeing them cross into this jungle. This is immediately what I was talking about. Farming this top, they spot it out, and look at how everyone turned. All the arrows coming top. Spotted out. The Clockwork's going to try to make a run for it along with the Invoker. He gets slept. He's invis, but not for long. The man's going to die soon, and it's a huge amount of burst. The Pink's coming out. They spotted the Clockwork. He's getting chased, and he's probably going to give his life as well here. There's not a whole lot he can do. PL trying to use this opportunity where the entire Dire team is on the other side of the map to farm the jungle, and Dire just finding their footing, going for the smoke, and immediately moving towards that part of the map. They know that's where he's farming. If he's not in the triangle, he's down there. So finding the D ward here. Let's see what this counterplay actually is. Ricky with the dart, immediately jumping in. And this disruptor is quite frankly dead, giving his life for the PL for the safe extraction here. So tanking the gank, it's the best you could hope for. And a bunch of PL getting caught. And this TA just hitting in a big way here. BKB queued up. That's really going to open up just complete abilities in the team fight. There's no disruptor until he gets Ags or anything like that, but that's a long way away. There's just no way of stopping this man with a BKB. So BKB also queued up on the Death Prophet. How's that heart coming along? He's gone back to the Mantis Star. And as I say that, BKB-less, the TA gives his life. The Sunstrike connects, and it's a nice one. So TA staying a little too long mid, and going for the extraction, they'll be fine. So Alliance still showing that they have some claws and striking back in a big way. EG continuing the push though with the Tombstone. I think they misread the timing of the Aegis. He had Aegis and it just ran out, so maybe it's just a bit unlucky and less greedy. So looks like the tier 2 will fall here, and that will open up this map even more for the Dire team. Some jump initiation. I'm a little confused of what we're looking at. We're hunting, looks like this Clockwork, but it didn't connect. So Clockwork hunting himself. And it's a bit of sparring going on, but nothing will fully connect, and it looks like both teams will just leave the triangle to go farm elsewhere on the map. Going back to itemization, Mantis style done on the PL. He's re-queued up the heart, so I think he just read, you know what, he needs to break the life siphon or just dodge the dart. He needs better ways of doing that, and it's going to advance his farm. So reset. Smoke coming out from Radiant. It immediately breaks on the Ricky, and they spot him out. The immediate hook shot into the follow-up, and when they get away, he dodged it a little bit, and he'll get got. So sneaky Ricky getting caught, and that's what you want if you're Alliance. So immediate invis rune. No exorcism for 30 seconds, but a smoke coming out from the Dire team, ready to strike back, thinking they won't expect us. A lot of aggression, the pull back onto the disruptor in the immediate glimpse. There's not enough damage here to actually kill him, or is there? It looks like there is, and they'll finish out the disruptor. Is there any follow-up here? TA not connecting all the way to the Clockwork, but the Marcy can. So hunting in the jungle, sprouted up. There's not a ton of damage, and it looks like he'll TP out and be fine. Immediate rotation top. Stopping the counterplay onto this Invoker. We've seen this before. This exact play. The dart, the jump onto the Invoker. Where's the follow-up? Is he going to make it out? He's silenced, standing in the cloud. The Death Prophet's here. But it looks like he'll just run. He whips himself into shape and he runs. So I don't know if Ricky's going to be able to find him here. Let's see. Is this the man who lived? But Ricky's fast too, and he's got this dart. And it looks like here's the follow-up. The BKB being used. This Invoker ends up dropping. There's not a whole lot that they can do to save Private Invoker. There's a little bit of some defensive hookshot being used, but not a whole lot else that can happen. So PL sparring with the Undying here, but not able to make anything really happen on the map. 11k net worth differential going the way of EG. This is it's not where you want to be as a PL. This is exactly the game plan EG wanted to hit. They're grouping up and taking these aggressive towers. I think they're waiting out for the next Roche timer, which will be in about a minute. And then they're going to start looking to smoke to take out these tier 2s. Go for the pickoff. They find the clockwork over here. I think Ricky hit the dart, and TA will get the last hit there. See smiling as that man drops. Invoker hasn't really progressed his items a lot in the past few minutes, and that always feels bad, especially when you got a minus on off cooldown. But looking for the opportunity to get his Ag shard. That's what he has queued up with the Hex. I think the Hex is going to be needed for the extra control, and a smoke is up by the Marcy. Missed that on the sideline. So Disruptor getting caught out again. This Ricky, despite the nerfs, finding connections with the Sleeping Dart. Really a pain in the side of Alliance here, trying to secure farm for their PL. So EG taking over the shrine, taking over the jungle. And how's this Nature's Prophet itemization? So he's gone Wraith Pact with an Ags. I think this is an interesting build. This is definitely a build designed to counteract a TA, Marcy, and Death Prophet. So interesting itemization. I would love to see it come together and fully click into place. Matthew being annoying out here, setting some really aggressive wards. I think he for sure got spotted out here by the Invoker. Both teams kind of looking for their positioning. Will we see a hook shot? Ricky providing information on the back line. And the Sleeping Dart's out into Invoker. The immediate silence and the burst damage coming out. The Invoker's down. So the EG team finding their connection and again finding the pullback. This Disruptor's going to fall as well. So it's a really interesting fight how they did that. I thought they spotted out this Ricky. I guess they didn't see him. So Ricky gave them all the information they needed. EG walking into that fight with everything they want and being able to execute it perfectly. So really interesting, really cool aggressive ward here to be able to spot that out. And they pinged out Roche. They're going to go get that before taking out the tier 2 side lanes like I mentioned before. 14k net worth differential. Will we see a rebuttal from Alliance? Will we go for a smoke or any kind of setup here to try to push into and contest Roche? Slight pause here. Some disconnections. I think we can skip forward a little bit. I skipped forward too much. Okay, so Roshan fell. Okay, sorry about that. I skipped forward a little too quickly. And we saw an uncontested Roche fall. So TA with Roche taking over the jungle. And we continue. So PL farming up. Still looks like Heart is done. It's got to be on some courier somewhere, so it's going to be ready soon. And going for the Ag Shard after that. So, and an interesting item of the 8th lens queued up. So I'm interested to see how this comes together. And a smoke coming in from the supports of Alliance. Going into the Dire Jungle, looking to find potential connection here. And linking up with their Nature's Prophet to push out the side lane. They've taken the tier 2. And as I say that, Dire pushing down this tier 3, knocking on the door here. So there's a lot of push coming out from the top, but can they outpush them? We see the rotation come back down with the exorcism being used and the fortification. It looks like Radiant is going to have to rotate even more than the Dire here. Tornado connecting onto the TA. No follow-up. Immediately blinks out. And this tower is going to fall. This is high ground broken. Can EG find the initiation? I think their initiation game is really difficult. They have to find the hook shot. And as I say that, Nature's Prophet getting got by Marcy in the backline here. Just got spotted. I was watching the siege, and this man just gets got. So I think going for a wraparound play, Marcy read that was going to happen. Boots of Bearing on the Clockwork. I hadn't had a chance to look at his items yet. I find that quite interesting. It's basically his only item, and it's not the most defensive item. You think like a Force Staff or something the like might make more sense. I don't know, but it's interesting. It does offer good synergy for a lot of the things their team wants to do. So maybe it just was more of a timing progression heading bottom. Will TA, the new Daedalus, be able to push down this Rax uncontested? Looks like they'll be able to. So the bottom one looks for free. Let's see if the counterplay happens with this glimpse. No, actually nothing. No actual follow-up there. So EG kind of getting everything they want right now out of the map and where they want to play. Aegis in hand, they're just pushing. So it's right now Alliance has to find their space. Itemization right now on the PL. He's got an Aether Lens queued up into the Refresh Orb, but or not Refresher, Octarine. Again, spacing, but EG drawing lines and pushing out top. They're looking for this Nature's Prophet, but he's going to get out fine. And the tips will come out. And the counter push happens. So EG down here in their jungle, just trying to find the farm. That's really the name of the game right now. Secure the farm for the PL, stall out long enough, stop the bleeding. EG, let's push. Let's go. And so that's all they're doing. 40 seconds left on Aegis. And they're just going to try to use it to take this tier 2 tower, take over the triangle, and find a pick off while they're at it if they can. So TA really posturing aggressively. Swift Blink in hand. It seems like every time I look at TA, there's a new item, which is scary. Scary place to be. She's pushing mid by herself. No fear at all. Ricky over here with a gem off to the side, doing a little dewarding action. So away from the team, this could be an opening for Alliance if they spot out that their wards are kind of disappearing. Maybe we see a counterplay right now. Glimpse immediately back onto the Death Prophet. It's a lot of damage, but the BKB is the rebuttal. And she'll get away for free. Doesn't look like there'll be any kind of counterplay. So a good opportunity there with the Disruptor. I think, you know, with an Aghanim Scepter, maybe that goes really differently. So 5-man smoke up from the Radiant side. Nature's Prophet jumping around the map. Couldn't find him. So 5-man smoke to see if they can actually get a catch out here from the Dire crew. Maybe overstaying their welcome a little bit. I think they spot out the Marcy. Is it going to connect? The PL on the hunt. Oh, the hook just missing. Or Marcy dodging, depending on what you're walking. But the glimpse happens, and the pullback will not be enough. She'll BKB, and then she'll just walk away. So BKB, you know, pulled out. Was that the... it's a 9-second BKB. It's a little victory. You have to take your little wins while you can. That fight is always hard. The 9-second BKB fight. So a secondary smoke being used by Radiant and moving forward into the jungle while the PL farms. So there's the Nature's Prophet in the farms. Drums immediately being used. Spotted the Ricky. They're going to drop everything, and they're going to take him out. Big time root coming down upon the back line by the Nature's Prophet, and the glimpse will come back. Clockwork died somewhere in that fight. Didn't see him, but TA's showing up now, and the right clicks are starting to stack up, and it's a lot of damage. Death Prophet coming in with the ghosts, getting body blocked by the Wraith Pact, but the damage is coming out by TA. Doesn't matter. The Invoker drops, the Disruptor drops, they all drop. It's a massive massacre, and Marcy finding the triple kill there. It looked like EG just had the better tools to take that fight. So it's going to be another lane of racks. And it doesn't look like Alliance can really stop the bleeding. There's not a lot that PL can do on his own. He's able to recover the gem, it looked like, in that fight. But that was mainly from the Ricky. So this could be Megas here. Buyback coming out upon the Disruptor. 3 versus 5. What can they do here? The Rax is getting hit. Connection upon the backline with the hook shot. The Undying is undying, and there's not enough follow-up. The man just walks away. So, C-Smile dueling with the PL. He'll just TP away. Marcy getting caught out, getting rooted. Has to be KB, running away, and she'll just hop away, and she'll be fine too. The ghosts... There was a dart shot somewhere. I didn't see where it went through. Matthew jumping and dodging and ducking and dodging, and they get sun-stricken in the end. PL just gunning down this Death Prophet, and it's enough. They're able to defend. The racks still stand. They're able to hold on a little bit longer and getting a few kills to boot. So somehow I'll switch that back. So Radiant able to strike back, still at 26,000 net worth differential. It's a massive mountain to climb this game, but Alliance still able to take those fights that they have to take. I mean, it's GG if they don't. So fight really turning out as best as it possibly could, which is what you want. So PL farming up here. Aether Lens finished up, giving that extra range for the initiation and the spot. But this Ricky really working out in this draft, I think, in a great way. Despite the nerfs, he's just playing. Matthew's playing the hero so well, finding the opportunities to pick off and take out the supports in the backline, spotting out the rotations or where the enemy is positioned. Really, in my opinion, right now, the MVP of just this whole lineup clicking together. I mean, this TA, really came through in the mid game, but I think Matthew on the Ricky is a real standout. So this would be a first Roche for Radiant. This is a good one with the refresher. Maybe you want the Ags here, really, but it's double meteors. There's some options with the refresher. So it's 5-man smoke from EG going to strike back. They know Alliance was just in this area, so they're moving in. Will we see a dart or a hook? Looks like Alliance will be retreating to their high ground, and Dire will be satisfied with taking over the map. Scans come out. TA will be spotted. Will we see a rebuttal? Lines are being drawn. Flares being shot. Will they find her? Doesn't look like they'll actually connect with anything. Aggressive positioning by this PL. Will she find the Marcy? The connection will happen, or rather not. It'll be dodged. And a dart coming out upon the Invoker on the background, and Disruptor not finding the opening, gonna get immediately taken out. Jim on the ground, and Invoker died over here. Didn't even see him. Clockwork off screen, getting hit, and now it's a massacre with the deep dart onto the PL. He's feared, silenced, and that's the Aegis gone. What is the follow-up here? I don't think there is a whole lot he can do. He's force-staffed and immediately thrown backwards. The hook doesn't connect somehow in that whole mess of everything, and it looks like he's still gonna get away. He's barely holding on. He's silenced. He's chained to everything, but he's still gonna jump. And it seems like it'll be enough, but at what cost? TABK being and jumping in deep. C-Smile here might get God. This might be his over-aggression, but he'll get away here. But nevertheless, this might be Megas as Dire continue to beat on these buildings. A slight pause here. We'll skip forward slightly. Skip forward one more. One more.
Oh, you didn't see that coming.
That button doesn't do anything. Okay, and we're back. The siege happening upon this high ground here. PL just beating down upon this this Death Prophet, but she just runs away. They had so much initial damage upon this PL. He's immediately slept. And this is just megas. The posturing here by this EG crew to just push down this this tower is immense. So that's megas. EG almost check and mating this thing. 31k net worth differential. What can Alliance do here? What openings can they find? This is rapier territory. This is whenever you just... the game's got to get weird. They're able to find the Undying here on the back line. This is what you have to do right now. You have to just find your little wins and itemize as greedily as possible when your back's up against the wall. So let's see. We have a Bloodthorn queued up by the PL. Perhaps seeing like you know, he can find maybe an opening if they can get the initiation off, or if he can just stand upon somebody and split the fight up enough. So finding some opportunities there. Next, groups of neutral items being farmed up. Assault Cuirass ready on the Nature's Prophet with the Daedalus queued up with a Hurricane Pike to top. It's a difficult match to be Alliance in right now. The strangle's getting tighter and tighter, but we'll look for this last probably fight where Alliance will have to find a way to remove the supports and potentially find the opening that they can do. And as I say that, the immense team fight, the damage coming up from this Marcy, the throwback, the Manta, there's not a whole lot you can do. This man is just getting got. The Clockwork has to give his life in order to save his PL. But it's so much initiation and seemingly out of nowhere. This Marcy can go so far into the back, and the Ricky can just annoyingly slip you there. He has to run backwards. This gem on the ground, not serving a lot, and with the ghosts all around, what are you to do? Alliance looking to strike back anywhere they can, just to stop the bleeding, stop the depush. It's not looking like enough. Mega creeps are tough. Panda getting got on. Draining mana, taking some damage, but he's got a Ghost Scepter. I think he's going to be fine. PL just trying to create as many of these illusions as possible. Ricky going for the wraparound, finding the sleep onto the PL. This is the initiation, the aggressive Force Staff, and the huge amount of damage, but he's feared, but he gets away. He's able to pull off the dodge. So TA jumping in deep and just barely living on a prayer here. Nature's Prophet gets into the fountain, but the towers are falling. You don't want to be in the fountain. You got to come back out. It's 5-man smoke from Radiant. What are we going to see? We're going to see a counterplay here. Looks like Dire will just back out. Say, we're fine with one tower. We're fine. We can go get more items. And what is our what items do we have queued up? Still a Bloodthorn queued up on the PL. Surprisingly, no rapier or anything like that, but I don't know. Scythe of Vice ready to go on Invoker. No new item queued up. You had to buy out for that. No buybacks on anyone but Disruptor right now on Radiant. So this next fight will seal the deal. Most likely Refreshers being queued up by Marcy, and Templar Assassin sitting on a bunch of gold. Removing these illusions, TA makes short work of them, and all the lanes seem to be pushing in at once. Exorcism up again. This fight will decide the game. Exorcism activated. Blinking immediately and deep into the fight. Disruptor not standing a chance. Despite the meteors falling, Marcy dropping dangerously low, and she'll actually die here. Disruptor immediately buying back, and it's a lot of damage onto the Death Prophet. She's having to run backwards. PL holding strong. Gotta kill the Tombstone. So one buyback used, but it's not sealed the deal yet. You know, I said that fight would decide the game, but maybe not. The Ancient is getting hit. There's no other building in the game for Radiant right now, just this last one here. And so every push is pretty dangerous. Lines being drawn out. Matthew being spotted. Will there be some initiation here? No buyback on anyone on Radiant side. Hookshot onto the Undying. Immediate jump back, and the Ricky get caught out here. He'll be bursted down by the by the PL, and as I say that, Clockwork dies up here. So really a trade. The glimpse will happen onto the Undying. He's gonna get right-click down here. I think he'll probably fall. So it's a 3-for-1 trade if you're doing the long-term math, but the base is still getting pushed in, so it's difficult. Again, this is what you have to do if you're Radiant. This is the hard fights you gotta take. So Mage Slayer, Bloodthorn almost ready to go on the PL. Mjolnir queued up with the Nature's Prophet. Finding the farm bit by bit. Can EG close it out? Do Alliance pull the comeback here? Let's see here. So Jim at the ready. Making killing this Ricky look easy over here. Right now it's the Roche fight, so it goes pretty quickly, and Invoker's gonna help end it. Tornado comes up, and we'll see an initiation by the PL, an immediate backing here. Or rather not. The man runs fast, and he's going deep into it, but maybe too far. Your team can't run that fast, man. So he has to back, and the Ancient is getting hit, so Nature's Prophet can't even be there. He's got to stop it. So this is the annoying thing about Mega Creeps. Like when you're pushed in, you're just stuck. It gets really hard to push. So Aegis onto Marcy this time. Dire Crew, EG, well, not smoked up, but definitely grouped up. And I'm pushing down mid. I think reading that this is when they're strong. Let's go. Marcy just walking up to high ground, being immediately hexed. Tons of damage coming out, and the counterplay. The Death Prophet, BKBing, jumping in deep, trying to disable this Disruptor, make it so that he can't fight. He'll able to drop him, and the Clockwork died before I could even see that, and it's so annoying with this giant sleep. Everyone just has to back, so PL, as soon as that's down, jumping right back in onto the TA, no mana. Invoker got him by this Marcy, getting thrown around, and she's gonna fall, so, or he's gonna fall, but he immediately buys back. It's a counterplay here. Ricky getting got by the PL. It's a kind of a chaotic fight, but it doesn't matter because the Ancient's getting fallen. They have to use Fortification. It's a ton of damage. There's creeps everywhere. I think this is GG. There's no way out of this. I can't see one. And indeed, it is a good game. This is over. So, really, really chaotic, but pretty cool game. Going back to the very beginning, talking about how this game could go in all these different directions, and we saw those plans play out. With EG finding their mid game timing, it took a little long for them to fully execute it, and there was some high ground mega creep defense going on, but nevertheless that was their plan, and they were able to slow down enough of the farm for the PL to make the game slow. So I found that really fascinating. I hope you enjoyed my analysis and commentary. I'm a really new caster. I'm trying to get better. So if you have any constructive criticism, I'm always eager to hear it and find out ways that I can be better. If you enjoyed this, consider subscribing, because I'm young, growing caster, and every little bit helps, so I really do appreciate it. I'm trying to cast a little bit more, but if you have a game that you'd like me to cast of yours, leave the match ID in the comments and I'll try to take a look. Anyway, this was me. I hope you enjoyed it. Till next time. Peace.